Check, check. What's up? It's Chris Nunn with Seven Sounds Productions. Today I'm going to be going over the finishing of my remixing of the song I Will Search. Let's talk about the final mix, the master, how I made my cover in Canva, distribution to Spotify and what TikTok and Pandora, all that stuff. I used Song Trader on this one. So yeah, I'll just kind of give you like a quick run through of my start to finish process in remixing the song and releasing it. So without further ado, so this song, I kept most of the drums from the original track, but one thing I did do was I copied. I went to Splice to look for some drum loops, and I found the pretty dope one, and just really kind of fell in love with it. And was like, yes, it was went tight with the beat already, like as it should, but definitely fit the song, and here it is. Yeah, yeah. What's going on? All right, all right. So that's the basic the basic beat on there. So yeah, so what I did was, as you heard, the kicks, the hi hats, and the snares, and I what I did was I took them and I chopped it all up and separated everything. So you see here is the kick and the snare from that sample, and then the hi hats from that sample, I believe, are right here. Yeah, right here. So and then here's the hi hats from the original song, rim shots, claps. Got rid of the original kick congas and have some cymbals at the beginning. Another sample I found in Splice was for the verse part. It was pretty dope. I was like, oh snap! When I found this, it's pretty juiced. Guitar for the verse. Here it is, right here. So yeah, what's cool about Splice is you have to know the key to your song, and then you go and uh, you know find different samples that you think are gonna fit with your song. And then what I do is I download them in my Splice app. Here, I'll show you my Splice app real fast. Doom, 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 doom. So Splice. Nice. So I actually go to the Splice website, and then what I'll do is I'll find them on the website. Then I'll like them and download them, and it'll be managed by this app, the Splice app. There are some digital audio workstations, DAWs, that work, I think, like in tandem with Splice, but Cubase is not one of them. So you just have to take the extra step and just kind of just listening to it, and then downloading it, and then just throwing it into Cubase once you think you found what you're looking for, and then once it's in Cubase, I can go to my media and then find all my samples in my file browser. And as you can see here, I got a lot of stuff from Splice right there. And then what's cool, once it's in there, once it's in the folders, Cubase will see it. And then here, let me see if I can do an example. Hopefully this works. I think this is the one right here. So once Cubase sees it, it locks it in with the tempo. So that's the dope part about it. the other splices we even played, but that's being played from just the media bay, just so we can see if it's something that you want to use. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty cool process. So I'll go ahead and play it through one time for you, or play parts of it, so you can kind of get a feel for the song.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. We are searching for you. We need you, Lord. Lord, we know that whether we feel you or whether we hear you or not, that you are present. But Lord, I was searching all night will I search for you. In the days of my trouble too, my soul is screaming, hurting for you, 'cause you're the only one that can bring me through. All night will I search, I'm longing, reminiscing back in the garden, got the cool breeze I walk with you. Rest of these as I talk with you. All night will I search for you, although I really can't find the words to pray. Thoughts in my mind keep searching through, the enemy say no, but you say yay. How I search for your promises, I can always find them in your word. When life is hurt or life is bliss, your children forsaken, I never hurt, 'cause you're...
All right, so that's that. You know, that's to feel the song. So on the original song, I had a chorus in there, and what I did is I just found certain phrases that you heard at the beginning, and I just chopped them up, and then put them where I wanted them, and then bounced them down to these sections right here, so I don't have a bunch of pieces of audio and having to play with that and stuff like that. So here's that.
We need you, Lord. Lord, we know that whether we feel you or whether we hear you or not.
Say that, my God, my God, my God part. That's what I'm talking about. And then they go searching, so I have some chops up right there with some other words too. But so I even use, some parts from the original song as well to play around with. And then, of course, the original chorus is in there. I had Wayne Tate, one of my old worship pastors from my church I used to go to, sing on there. Funny story, I had to pack everything, all my equipment up, and I didn't have a laptop or anything like that. So I had my desktop and my microphones, my monitors, and boxed everything up and took it to his office at the church and recorded. And then it was a pretty interesting sight to see, especially for people that probably didn't know what was going on. And then another cool thing I wanted to show you is, I laid some acoustic guitar on here. So I can't play the acoustic guitar, but I have my native instruments. Let me enable my MIDI. So what I do is I record my MIDI. If I'm using MIDI instruments, I record it. And then I bounce it down to audio. So I save CPU. As you see, it just kind of bounced up just now on the CPU. But so this is a cool plugin. I believe it's called Strummed Acoustics. So you'll hear a lot of that in the song. But as you can see here, you might not be able to see what I'm looking at. Let me change it back. Okay. All right. Let me just double check. You can see it. Yep, you can see it now. Okay, so this is Strummed Acoustics right here. And I'm pressing this key right here. My MIDI keyboard, it plays different phrases, so it's all on the same key. And so as I'm playing throughout the song, I can change up. I can still play the same key, but it'll strum differently, so it'll sound more realistic in my opinion. Another thing I did with it as I recorded the MIDI is I messed with the modulation wheel. As you can see, as you go up, it emphasizes more on the higher notes in the chords it's playing. And if I push the mod wheel down, it emphasizes the lower notes in the chords that are being played. So you can see my MIDI information through here, throughout. Let's see if I can shrink it down, if it's going to show everything. That's not showing everything, but let's see. Modulation. Is it aftertouch? Nope. should be modulation. I don't, oh, here it is. So yeah, here's my modulation. So it's pretty much automated in there, written in there, and you can see me changing everything up as I go. Let's see what else. And then these keys right here are me changing the strum patterns up as I was playing the MIDI. So I'll just solo that and let you hear what's going on. So that's a pretty cool VST instrument to play with as well. Let me disable this guy. Oops. Let's close this up. And I'll let you hear that within the context of the beat. Where is it at? So here's the bounce right here.
Children forsaken and never hurt, cause you're the ancient of days of wondrous ways. So my heart must give you wondrous praise. With your right hand, you redeem your people, inside and outside the steeple. I can search my own life and tell the world how great you are. I can look at your life and tell you that he's not too far. The children forsaken and never hurt, cause you're the ancient of days of wondrous ways. So my heart must give you your people, inside and outside the steeple. I can search my own life and tell the world how great you are. I can look at your life and tell you that he's not too far. I can search for more of him, cause every glimpse is a miracle. I can only be sure of him, so I search for his voice now that where I go. Searching in the wind, searching in the fire, search through the sermon, search the choir, search down earth and search the sky. It's your presence I desire.
Yep. So once I got everything arranged and played and stuff like that and mixed in, what I do is I go to my mixer and I mixing console, and then I set a fader, a VCA fader, and have all the channels locked to that, so I can just bring it down once I get everything balanced out. You know, I don't want to mess with the individual faders. I just kind of bring it down and get it to a master where I can export it and master it. So I try to leave myself plenty of room for the mastering process. So what you saw right there is, you know, try to keep it below -6 dB, and that gives me plenty of room for mastering. So we'll close this out now. And then I'll go ahead and export it. So here's my voice meter. So the flow I got to live strings, I got what's it called? Well, I'm drawing a blank. Audio for all. So that's the virtual interface I'm using. And then so I have, oops, don't want to do that. I have voice meter. So I have my microphone going directly into OBS, and voice meter handles what's coming out of my digital audio workstation, and then that's going to busing the Cubase to OBS pretty much. So that's what that is. Oops, that's not the one. This is the one. All right, so now what we have here is this is the exported stereo mix of the song, and then I copied that one and I got one version going to, here it is right here. So this is being queued, send or bust to my queue sends, and that is what allows me to A/B the original without any master processing with this one that's being processed. So this is being sent to my master processing bus right here, and then in there I have Ozone 9, and that's where I do most of the work at. And then to get that going, I got two songs I really like. So I have Doxology by Beautiful Eulogy, and then I choose a section. I chose this section right here. See if I can play it. Will it play? Oh, it's not playing. Yeah, it's not gonna play. And then no, it's not gonna play because it's on mute. Nope, that's not mine. Oh. Yeah, it's not gonna work. So anyways, and then I have Nah 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 by Kanye West, and I play those sections, and then what I can do in Ozone is it tell it to use a reference, and then you choose a song, and I chose Nah Nah Nah, and then what it will do is it'll analyze it and then listen to the song that we want to master, and it'll bring up these different modules, equalizer, dynamics and imaging and stuff like that, and EQ, so you can work on it, and then it'll give you a bass line, and then I just kind of tweak it. I added an imager, and then I just kind of, tweaked it a little bit, and I just kind of A/B between the two. And then once I finished, bouncing my A/B from Ozone, or my process master, once I finished, get it all exactly how I want it, I bounced that down. But then I also did another one as I took it from Ozone to an outboard gear, to my analog summing, Dangerous D-Box, so I can get a comparison. And definitely different flavors that came out of that. I was not surprised, but it was surprising, just based on the stereo width. I found that straight from Ozone, the stereo field was a lot broader, a lot outside of the speaker range. Like it was like my speakers are there, but the psychoacoustics made it seem like, it was a larger world coming out the speakers. Whereas the D-Box, you can still get a good sense of the stereo field and some up and down stereo and up and down psychoacoustics, but it kind of forced everything more to the center. So on the vocal part, I kept that and I mixed it. So what I did is I took the vocal from this audio, from the sum, analog sum, and pulled that down, and then for the instrumental parts, I have some solos and just kind of a jazzy kind of thing going on. I pulled those down for the rest of the song, and I blended them together, as far as making sure it doesn't sound too different as you go from different section, from the in the box mix to analog to in the box mix, and it came out good. I was pretty satisfied. So I'll give you a quick example of what that sounded like. I kind of wanted to just talk you through the process this time. I did a whole long video and the vocals didn't record. I was kind of not upset, but just kind of disappointed with that. So I'll give you a A/B with that. So let's see. So this blue is just in the box, and this orange one is out of Cubase into Dangerous D-Box, back into Cubase, through with the analog processed summing. So just a little flavor added to that. All right, let's see.
Whether we hear you one that can bring me through. All night while I search, I'm longing, reminiscing back in the garden. Gust of cool breeze, I walk with you.
Just for your reference, when I press mix, it's listening to the orange. I try to color code it according to the colors of these buttons that are there, and then when I press Q1, it's this one, which is just in the box, analog and in the box.
Rest of these days I talk with you. All night while I search for you, although I really can't find the words to pray. Thoughts of my mind keep searching through. The enemies say no, but you say yay. How I search for your promises, I can always find them in your word. When life is hurt or life is bliss, your children forsaken, I never hurt. Cause you're the ancient of days, of wondrous ways. So my heart must give you wondrous praise. With your right hand you redeem your people, inside and outside the steeple. I can search my own life and tell the world how great you are. I can look at your life and tell you that he's not too far. I can search for more of him, cause every glimpse is a miracle. I can only be sure of him, so I search for his voice now that where I go. Search in the wind, search in the fire, search through the sermon, search the choir, search down earth and search the sky up. It's your presence I desire.
So you hear that, right? Hopefully you can hear that. Yeah, when I'm finished live stream, I'm gonna see how that if that translates well across the internet through YouTube too. So, but you know, you can tell when I'm playing this one, it's definitely more wide, and then when I'm playing this analog version, it's centered, and it seems like the vocals almost get pushed downward, whereas on the digital one, the vocals are up, or more, I guess, level and even up, and you can hear just a different the reverb, the effects of the reverb a little bit more, just out there a little bit more. And I think part of, you know, so let's see if you can see this. You might not be able to see this. You can't see this. Let's change back. Okay, so within Ozone, one of the things I did was I used a stereo imager for the high frequency, so you can kind of set your band ranges. And for the highs, I always, for some reason, I like to take the mix and just spread it out, and then I like to see stuff, you know, not just going up the center, but you know, kind of just playing in the stereo field. You know, you have your hard left, hard right, and your center, but just all this room to play with too. And I like to kind of utilize that. So, and with that, just being aware that my vocals sit, you know, in this range right here. I kind of try to push that to the center still, and then even more emphasize to the center. You know, if you go down the center, if you go up, it's stereo with hardcore. It's going to emphasize that. So for the high end frequencies, I push it up so I can get more spread, and then low end, low mid, you know, about the same as this one. And then for the low range, I left it alone. Before I used to just slam it down to the bottom, but then I was like, you know what, it's mono already, and I don't know. I felt like it was taken away from the power of my kicks and my, you know, low frequency instruments and stuff like that. So I pulled it down a little bit. It made me feel better, but and then of course I just got it going through my limiter. So yep. So this is different. This has been changed. Why has this been changed? Because I was playing with this earlier. So I normally use IRSC2, and then so based on the references that I use, Ozone slammed it down, and you know, you import a lot of these files that are commercially released. You know, they don't really seem to fit the mold of the -14 LUFS that's recommended for streaming and stuff like that. They seem to just be slammed hard. So, you know, I've uploaded finished songs before, and they sounded quieter, you know, than the other commercially released songs. So I just kind of sided more with what's being put out there than the rule. and maybe there's something I'm doing wrong, but I was like, hey, it sounds different to me. So, and I normally have my limiter set to about negative two or so, a point zero, negative 0.2 dB, not negative two, but yeah, yep. And then just for reference, the way I set my compressors and dynamic stuff like that, dynamics, is I use Excel. I use this thing called the BPM calculator, and I can plug in the tempo of the song, and it'll tell me the milliseconds that it needs to be, that the compressors and different dynamic effects and even delays and stuff like that need to be set to, if you're going to do it in milliseconds, to equal these note values. So it's a pretty cool tool. All right, so I'll let you hear the final version of this. I took so this part right here and this part right here's the final mix I did, or mix of the master, for lack of a better term. So this right here are both, these outside parts are just from the ozone, and then this middle part was the D box. So this right here got drugged down, copied down, and then these two right here got copied down, and I blended them together for my final version. So I'll let you hear that all the way through, and then after that we'll just go through what I did after I how I chose to distribute the song. So just listen. So, one of the big things I was kind of concerned about is when it went from the analog to the digital to analog summing, back to the digital summing. There'd be like a big difference, but there wasn't. I level matched a little bit, but the big part was just making sure when I did my crossovers that I didn't, it wasn't drastic to where it was like just unpleasant to the ear. So.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. We are searching for you. We need you, Lord. Lord, we know that whether we feel you or whether we hear you or not, that you are present. But Lord, I will search all night will I search for you. In the days of my trouble too, my soul is screaming, hurting for you, cause you're the only one that can bring me through. All night will I search, I'm longing, reminiscing back in the garden, just a cool breeze I walk with you, rest of these as I talk with you. All night will I search for you, although I really can't find the words to pray. Thoughts of my mind keep searching through, the enemy say no, but you say yay. How I search for your promises, I can always find them in your word. When life is hurt or life is bliss, your children forsaken and never hurt, cause you're the ancient of days, of wondrous ways, so my heart must give you wondrous praise. With your right hand you redeem your people, inside and outside the steeple. I can search my own life and tell the world how great you are. I can look at your life and tell you that he's not too far. I can search for more of him, cause every glimpse is a miracle. I can only be sharing him, so I search for his voice now that where I go. Search in the wind, search in the fire, search through the sermon, search the choir, search down earth and search the sky. It's your presence I desire.
Searching for my Lord, I am searching for his face, I am searching for his voice. If you're searching for his mercy, if you're searching for his love, he is knocking at your door. You don't
right, so then next I bounce this down to a final mix version so I can don't save. And then what I did was I went into Ozone 9 standalone. Import files. So this one, and I bounced it for 48K as well. So I believe I recorded in 44. I recorded a long time ago. I've been recording in 48, but when I bounce now, I just bounce to 48, and then so for this song I did that, and then what I did was I made a 1 minute snippet of it, so I can put it on TikTok or for my promo and stuff like that, and then I exported that, so it looks something like this. Actually, I'll just open that. TikTok sample. Bam. Alright, so let's just undo this part. And then what that allows me to do, yeah, here's that. So this is like a minute, I believe. Yeah, about a minute. 1 second. What's cool, the reason why I like to play with this in, or do this process in Ozone, Ozone 9 is when I export it, I can choose, like I can do like, 48K, 44K. So I normally do 48K with a 32-bit float, and then I do 44.1 and 24-bit, and then 44.1 and 16-bit, and then I'll do a MP3. Oh yeah, let me go back. So wave. So when I move down to 44, 16-bit, I enable dither. So I dither, or 44, 24. I don't dither when I 24, but when I go to 16, I dither, and then when I go to MP3, 224 kps, I dither as well. I bounce those down, and it's pretty easy process. Don't save. All right. And then after that, we talked about Splice already. I went to Canva. So I like to use Canva to do my album covers and stuff like that. When you do Spotify, they also want you to do the thing called, I think it's either called a Canva or a Canvas. One of the two. I don't remember. But with that, is this the one? Let's see. Yep. So here they are. So those are like little 10-second videos that play with your music, and you need to design it or have someone do it for you. So these are the different ones I made for different songs. This is the one I end up going with for this song. This one.
Demonic presence in the airwaves. They keep sending it. Firewalls and barricades protect my internet.
So I did that one. I think I was using. How did I make this? Did I use my webcam? I think I did use my webcam, and then I imported that into Final Cut Pro on my Mac. So I exported this, put it in Final Cut Pro, did my editing in that, and then brought it back over to this is a PC, to my PC, and then brought it into Movani video editor, and then did that. So here's another one. All right. So anyways, and today I will search. I made this one, just a quick little one. I did a whole video live how I made it, but I pretty much just copied and pasted the text from these different ones, and then just put it on here, and then chose a background to play. I mean, it's just something that shows when someone's playing your song on Spotify. And then for the actual cover for the song, thumbnail that I did, here's the different ones I made in the past. I chose this one, so I just made this one. Little background of the desert, and then search, have a silhouette of someone searching. I use all free assets from here. I used to have a paid version, but I didn't use it enough to justify paying a monthly fee. You know, I'm not putting out that much music, so if I find something that I really really like, I'll pay for that piece, or pay for that picture, or pay for that video, and then I just unlock that in Canva. It's one of the cool things about Canva. So yeah, that's what I did. And I just export that, and then once I did that, I went to I'm using Songtrader. I have some songs on TuneCore still, but I've been using Songtrader this year mainly because they're connected directly with some licensing opportunities. So, you know, I have all my songs that I've ever made uploaded into Songtrader, and then you can go to well, let me back up. Let me just so once you're ready to you have to upload the new song. If you do a new song, upload that into Songtrader, and then let's see what's gonna play. Nice. Back my songs. So let's find search. Here it is. I will search. So here's the search remix. So you uploaded my little cover, the songs, and I also uploaded the snippet. One of the plus things about doing that is that, you know, once you distribute it, you can go through. Let's see if I can look at this without messing it up. It's under review still, but I did it today, so let's look. Just need to make changes. Okay, let's look at this draft. So you put in all your metadata. If you don't have a ISRC code, go to ISRC USI. Look up just Google ISRC, and you can get one for yourself. And that way, when you make your music and you decide that you're gonna release it publicly, it helps you catalog it, and it also helps, you know, so you can keep track. But it also helps. I think it's SoundScan or I forget which company it is, but they track it. They help you track your music once it's out there and stuff like that. So, you know, you get all that done, get your business, and you just put in all the metadata that you need. You know, upload your artwork. There's a way to they have templates and stuff like that you can use to make your own album from scratch within the Songtrader app on this website. Your stores, you choose the stores that they want to distro to. So yeah, all the main ones are here. Yep. And then you schedule how you want to do it. You want to pay more for pre-sales, so you can promote and do stuff like that before it comes out. Let's go back to this. So you can choose a date though, so you can still promote. Wait, I think if you choose one of these, you can do it. You can have a link, I think, and you can use that link. Actually, I'm not sure. I've never done that way. Okay. Boom. And it's a yearly annual subscription, so you pay like $49 for the year, and you can release as many songs as you want through Songtrader. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of moved from TuneCore to this one. TuneCore's got a lot going on, cool stuff going on right now too. So I was like, oh man, I probably won't cancel the account, but I like the way Songtrader got it though. They've got a lot of business from me this year. Another cool thing about Songtrader is you can see the stats of, you know, they help you track your stats right on the page at $49 a year. Pretty cool. The revenue that you earn from your streams, they collect that, similar to other distribution, music publishing distribution sites. So that's coming from some songs I did some promotion with. But the other cool thing, so I talked about licensing earlier, and there's opportunities. So you go to the Music Wanted, you can see right here a few. You can see them all probably. But I like going to the actual tab. A little slow there, buddy. There's something going on with this. I don't know what the deal is. Nope, here it is. That's kind of weird. But anyways, so yeah, like different different opportunities that are out there. You just kind of read the here's a good one. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have anything like that, but so yeah, you can go through and find different opportunities to submit your music, and if someone picks it up, like I mean, look, this one's a low one. I mean, sometimes people do like $25, which is cool, but $3,000, $20,000, like those are opportunities out there for you. There's different formatting you can do to make your music more attractive to people that want to use your music for post production and stuff like that. How you end a song, how you begin the song. There's some different things that you can do, and you can upload those versions of your song to SongTrader as well, of your music to SongTrader as well, and that way you can have those versions that you want to. So say I wanted to, what's this? Let's just see what happens. So if you want to submit your songs to this, since I don't have any songs that match it, but because I don't have orchestra music, but say I wanted to use this song, I'll just show you how it looks. So when you select the song, it pops up here, and then all you do is do that. You can see how many songs. So if you have the paid annual membership, then you get 5 songs to choose from. If you have the free one, I think it's like just 2 submissions. I think that's what that is. And you agree, and voila. And then once the person asking for this music reviews it, I don't have any messages. A lot of times you'll get like messages that say, hey, this person thank you for submitting your music to this right here. Unfortunately, your song was not selected this time around. So I don't know if there's a way you can tell, like if there was like they liked it and they put it in a list of other songs and they kind of dwindled it down. Like there's no way to really tell if there's any progress as far as where your song sits, but you'll get a message if your song is chosen or not. So and then once let's see, distribution. Once the song is it's under review, so once it passes review, it'll say the date when it's going to be pushed out, and I believe this one, I think it takes like 2 weeks. Once they review it and say it's good to go, and then you'll get a notification that it's being distributed out to the different stores that you see right here, and plus some. So yeah, you get to see the stats of it and all kind of stuff. What else did I want to show you? Music wanted, upload music, ownership settings, monetization. That's another one. So all my songs are monetized. So if, once it gets distributed, you can monetize it on YouTube, because it goes to YouTube as well, and then you can have it sent to CBS, NBC, and they can review that to see if there's a potential people that will want to hear your music or use your music as background music on their shows and stuff like that. Twitch, TikTok, yeah, man. There's different ways. I haven't had a song chosen yet, but at least that I know of yet. But I mean, yeah, sync licensing, like, it's all kind of a one-stop shop for that. So I got almost all my songs. I will search. Oh, King Jesus. Maybe I can't do King Jesus. Oh, I can do that. I don't know why I didn't do that. Okay. So, bam. Let's see. Let's look at this one. Compilation album. So these are like, I guess, different albums that people put together. And if your song ends up on there, I mean, you get a little, you get some credit for that. So, yep, I got no money from that yet. So I haven't had a whole lot of success in getting any hits, but it's there. So I got a lot of instrumentals. I got 2 instrumental albums that I've released, more of a jazz, hip hop, trip hop, or jazz hop type stuff, minus the vocals. Yeah, there you go. Not sure why I did that. Maybe it just took a long time for it to. It's 40. TikTok got like 40 of my songs on there. Oh, there's some songs that, so the songs that are in my TuneCore distribution, those are songs I couldn't do this obviously because TuneCore delivers to a lot of these same places. So I mean, that's one thing that definitely had to pay attention to. Make sure I'm not trying to double dip, or I think one of the things that you're signing up, like they kind of let you know, you just got to be careful with that. Or maybe I'm just kind of paranoid about stuff like that. But either way, it's fun. It's very fun to do, and just I don't do this for a living. Why are these? Maybe none of these got selected. So okay, pending. Not sure why. Let's see. I will search. You know what? I know why. Anyways. And that's that. So, hey, it's hot. My room is hot. Had fun hanging out. So, Chris Nunn with 7 Sounds Productions. I hope this was a helpful video. If you're watching live, thank you for checking this video out. And if you watch it later on, leave comments in the comment section and let me know what you think. Let me know what you're doing. Post if you're making videos doing the same thing, and you got something that you talk about, something that I didn't talk about. Like, I would like to know what it is and definitely learn as well. So peace and blessings.